See what I just did? I just threw like 30 kunais at you, bro. You weren't even ready, man. Man, but what's up? Shout out to your boy. Shout out to me. Shout out to TuKurse. Welcome back to another video, man. Today we're gonna be reacting to stupid anime tropes, right? And the reason we got reacting to this today is because, bro, we all hopefully you watch anime. I don't know if you do, but when you watch a good bit of anime, you start to see a theme. You start to see a trend, and sometimes they rub you a little wrong way. Sometimes you like it, and it's like, you know, it's a little half and half. But a lot of these times I react to these videos because these are things that I found interested, and I want to be able to share that with you as well, because you may not even know this existed. So we can be able to connect a little more, and we can be able to talk and discuss that, because we all need something, you know, we all need a way of conveying that message. Like I can have the thought, but to be able to convey that message cannot be there. So I like to do these reactions to get your reactions about it, so we can get to talking, so we can get discussing, and maybe we can kind of build something from there. So you already know what to do. Let's get this video started. Let's rock and roll.
Now look, I know I don't talk about anime on this channel a lot. I've made like one video on it, but I think now is as good as a time I'll ever be able to do one. The fall anime lineup for 2022 has me creaming in my chair. We got Chainsaw Man's debut.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute, brother. Whoa. Screaming in your chair? It's a crazy statement. All right, we're gonna keep it going.
Spy X Family Part 2, Mob Psycho Season 3, My Hero Season 6, the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War arc? Oh yeah, I'm ready to sit back and eat ass. But with all these animes coming out, I kind of thought back to all the tropes they have in anime that are just absolutely stupid as shit or ridiculous. Things that a lot of animes include because it's just how it's been for some time now. And looking back at some of these tropes, I kind of realized how much I fucking hate them. So I kind of want to run through some of these anime tropes that just pissed me off in this video. Some of them may piss me off more than others, but regardless, I'm just gonna run through them. And first, I want to start out with the one I hate the most.
Hey, what's some anime trope that you've noticed? You want, like, kind of like, you know, like, hey, what we doing? What we doing here? I know you got some. Let me know what you got.
Like, if you're someone that's into this, unsubscribe from my channel right now. You should be locked up in an Alcatraz prison, have the key thrown away, and stay there the rest of your life. And I'm talking about none other than the lollies. Now, some of you watching this may be like, Tommy, I watch anime, and I don't even know what a lolly means. And if that's the case, good job, I pat you on the head for being an upstanding citizen. But let me just ruin your day real quick by giving you the
You know what lolly is? I'm pretty sure I found out what it is because of a Reddit post. I don't even feel like I don't want to say what I think it is, because I don't know for sure. Let's lock in.
Definition of what a lolly is. A lolly is a female in anime that has a childlike appearance.
Alright, okay. So yeah, they need to go ahead and get rid of that. They need to get rid of that.
When they are actually not underage. The keywords in this definition are childlike. Here's an example from an anime that's known for having the best animation.
I can't. Okay, listen. I can't stand that. And I can't stand fan service. They need to leave that where it's at. The lolly stuff and the fan service, out of here. Like Fire Force, they fan service was like, that shit was reaching, bro. Like, it was unnecessary at all.
In the world. 7 Deadly Sins. How old do you think this girl right here is? Most of you would probably guess without knowing her at first, 7 or 8, 8 or 9, maybe 10 or 11, but that's really pushing it. That girl right there is 1,000 years old. Yes, you did not mishear me. She is 1,000 years old. Tell me in what type of world where a girl looks like this and is 1,000 years old. That is a child. She looks like her first day of 2nd grade is tomorrow morning. Does no one in their team sit them down and tell them, okay, this might be a little weird. She clearly has the body of an 8-year-old, even though she's 1,000 years old. So maybe we should think of changing it to something more mature. Get the fuck off the team. You know how we like them. You know how we like them looking. We like them looking.
That is crazy.
The worst part 2 in 7 Deadly Sins is when she ends up with Bond in the show. Because Bond is someone who is 34 years old, 6'11", and straight up looks like a full-grown man who could play in the NBA full-time. So how does this man end up with a girl who looks like she just learned her multiplication tables? And when I say the photos of them together are scary, they are. Like this, like this, like this, and probably the worst one out of all of them, like this. Is she? No. Oh yeah, that's definitely pregnancy. Wee woo, wee Woo, he is a sex offender. I repeat, that nigga is a sex offender. Lock that motherfucker up and throw the key away because he is a sex offender. There is no denying the fact that he is a sex offender. You're not slick, Juan. The worst part about this whole scenario is that technically she's the offender in this scenario because Elaine in the show herself is 1,000 years old and he's 34 years old. At least make it make some type of sense. But oh, it's not just in 7 Deadly Sins. That was one single example. There are hundreds.
I honestly didn't. It's been about years since I watched that, so that's crazy. That's crazy, actually.
Of animes like this where they use the same trope. And before the weirdo Discord mods come in my comment section talking about Tommy, just a drawing, bro, relax, you over the age of 18, why are you so worried? Bruh. Y'all know damn well that they're just making them these ages so they can pass as not sexualizing kids, right? Of course the creators wouldn't label them as 8 years old and put them in the most sexual positions ever. That's a one-way ticket to prison. I swear, not even R. Kelly was that stupid. But if you're really trying to defend this with all your heart, we already know how you look like. You're probably a Reddit or Discord mod. Maybe you play Genshin Impact. No, scratch that. You definitely play Genshin Impact. Got Dorito crumbs all over your shirt, body pillow stacked up in the back of your room, and you either look like this, or like this. I've never seen someone defend the point of lollies in anime without looking like one of those things. It's just really fucking weird that so many mangas to this day still do this, and so many people will go out and either buy the mangas or just watch the animes. Do you not feel shame? Do you not feel disgusted? Anyways, the next trope I want to talk about, I'm gonna call it a little something like explaining the ability at the stupidest time ever. Now, in nearly every anime that has some type of power system and fights in it, there's always a multitude of different characters with skills only they can use. It's bound that they'll end up fighting each other eventually. But what I don't like about these fights is when in the middle of the fight between two people, one of them just stops and starts to explain their ability and everything they can do to that opponent, straight up giving them a Khan Academy lesson on.
Now I'm gonna be honest. I fuck with that trope. I do, bro. Like it's like it's no other place else. No other. Like I feel like that explaining the dang world splitter cut 3 rows in half in diagonal angles at 3 sections of the road. I like that because it's part of the theme, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When they do that, I fuck with it. So hey, if you don't fuck with that kind of trope, I like when they explain that type of shit. I don't know. That's just me.
On their ability and what they can do. Like, I get that you need to explain the power and the ability to the audience so they understand how it works, but that is not the best way to do it. Sometimes they'll straight up tell the opponent everything they're about to do to them and what they're gonna do to them, and the opponent will still lose. Like, bruh, how dumb are you? Can you imagine if the same scenario happened in real life?
Now listen. See, and that's I'm gonna have to say it, bro. It's not the fact that they explain it and they still lose. Our perception of what we're watching is not the same as what's actually happening. So when they explain it to us, it's like this dude explained 3 minutes worth of your move and you still lose. He gave you ample amount of time to react and you still can react. To us, it's taking forever. But in the theme of what's going on, it's happening in a fraction of a second. It's happening instantaneously. Okay? They cannot react. That's the whole point. They can't react because that's how fast it's happening. To us, it's like 2 episodes. To them, like switching on the light. That's my explanation. That's my stand. And I stand with it.
If the same scenario happened in real life, like imagine 2 countries are at a war and one of the countries just explains like where they're going to bomb and attack the enemy at this certain type of place and the enemy still loses. I'm not gonna lie to you, that'd be a different level of disrespect. Anyways, the next trope I want to move on to is from romance animes. In general, I just really fucking hate romance animes. I genuinely can't stand them, and that's because 99% of the time it's always the same thing. Some shy kid who has
Now listen. Now hold on. Wait a minute. I'm gonna let him finish. But what's with the listen. There's different types of romance animes out there too. So I don't know which one you particularly looking at. Because like I to me, is it called Weathering with You? Either Weathering with You or what was the one when the girl was kind of like, I think that's Weathering with, no, she was deaf and the boy was like a bully. and like he kind of felt bad. I think that was a romance. There's some romance anime that's actually cold, bro. It's actually cold, bro. It's actually cold.
Has no friends, sits in the corner of the classroom away from everyone, sits at the lunch table alone every day, then ends up meeting the super hot girl who then falls for him. Like, bro, I did the same thing in school and I didn't get
Cap, that ain't how they all are. So I don't know which one he watching. I don't know. You see, he talking about what he did. I don't know.
any bitches. What's the difference between me and him? And to this day, there are a bunch of animes that still use the same trope. And I already know what people are gonna say. But
mind you, he said these the type of tropes. So, man, I ain't gonna lie.
But Tommy, that's not every romance anime. You just
He got me.
find another one to watch. Well, obviously it's not actually every romance anime, but it's always the ones that are trending and the most popular all of the time. Then
He cooking. I'm gonna shut up and let him cook.
there's also the thing in these animes where the characters themselves end up in the most crazy sexual positions ever in the show. I'm talking 60.
Now see, I again, a lot of main stuff I don't watch. Now I'd rather read, so if I can get ahead of, like I don't know if I can, you know. But the ones that I came across, it ain't been that crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it ain't been crazy for real. The work, I'm gonna say this: the worst romance novel I came across was Shiore's Diary. And if anybody know what Shiore's Diary is, let's not talk about it right here, okay? I'm it's looking at me right now, okay? So if you know what Shorty's Diary is, that's probably, you know what? I'm gonna keep going.
Niner, reverse fangirl, can girl, anything you can really think of. And then they'll just talk like friends the next episode like nothing happened. These romance main characters in these animes are better than me is all I'm saying. You wouldn't want a nigga like me in the positions they were at. Then to top it all off, the people who make romance animes extend the stories extra long for no reason. How long does it really take to ask a girl out on a date? If you ask a person who's making a romance anime, he'll tell you about 3 to 5 years.
You know what? I've been fucking with a lot of gambling type of animes. I don't know, those stories is kind of cool. I guess it could be cringy to some. Some people might mess with it, but Kakade Guru, that one's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. To me, I feel like it's a little bit sexualized, But I fuck with the theme. I fuck with the gambling theme. I really do. Without that fan service sexualization, bro, I fuck with the theme, bro. Is that a romance? No. What's a? Hold on, let me big screamy. It's supposed to be a romance anime or romance. It's supposed to be. It's like a romance gambling. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of a crazy thought process, bro. That's a genius idea. It's another anime I mess with. The Way of the House Husband. Now that's a trope we can talk about. Matter of fact, let's talk about that trope for the next 5 minutes or less. Those tropes where, The Way of the House Husband and Sakamoto Days and any others where the MC or the male MC is what used to be a killer. Like, you know, used to be whatever. Used to be in the underground world doing crazy things, and they changed their whole life around and want to build a family. And now they're what's the word I'm looking for? They're domesticated individuals, right? They're kind of blending in with the public, the community now, and they're changing their life around. And sometimes they catch up on them, and you know those that kind of catch up when they kind of see we can actually live a normal life. I like that trope. If I was able to convey a video like they do, I'd do a trope on that. Cause in fact, I'm gonna do that. Cause I like that. I like that idea. I'm gonna try it one day. I'm gonna build a script. I'm gonna try one day and try that because I like those type of animes. My favorite type of anime. I'm gonna do my favorite type of anime trope next. I think I like that. But yeah, The Way of the House Husband was good, and Sakamoto Days. I need to finish reading that. So let's continue on with the video. Y'all mess with that? What kind of trope is that? I'm gonna find out after this video. I'm gonna do some research.
Story. One example of a romance anime like this is something called Rent a Girlfriend. So many people have complained about how much the creator has extended the story itself. The whole point of Rent a Girlfriend is that this complete loser who's so down bad downloads an app to find girlfriends. He has this girl that he really likes, and the girl also likes him back, but they never get with each other as usual in every romance anime. And to top it all off in this, he has like 5 other options to date, and he never gets a single one of them. Like, how do you fumble this badly, my nigga? You have 5 fucking options, bro. Just pick one and move on. And even one of my friends who started reading this told me he thought it was about to end 5 times when it actually didn't. Like, they'll bait the hell out of them about to get together, and then something comes up that completely stops them from not getting together randomly. The manga itself right now is on its 254th chapter, which is pretty much the equivalent of One Piece for romance animes. And I think we all know why it's going so long. These creators like to milk the hell out of it for every single penny they can get before it ends. If we're being honest, damn near half of these romance stories could have ended 5 times faster than they do. But hey, I can't really blame the creators for chasing a bag. I would do the same thing, to be honest. You're telling me all I gotta do is make it seem like they're about to get together every once in a while, and right before they do, add something stupid to stop them and extend the story? That's free money at that point. And the thing is, people are really hooked on these stories, even though they know it's never going to end. I wouldn't be surprised if Rent a Girlfriend is still going when I'm like 60 years old. Anyways, moving on to the next trope, it's something I think a lot of my audience can relate to. The fatherless main character. It feels like in every anime, especially in the older shonen ones, the main character is either born without a father figure in their life, or their father's just not in their life in general, which I never really understood, to be honest. Like, what's up with every anime dad and just not being in their son's life? It's not like the animes are based off Detroit or Chicago. Then I would understand the characters having no father. But it's just the case in nearly every random anime for some reason. And at the rare circumstances that the dad is actually in the character's life for once, they turn out to be the most deadbeat people in the fucking world. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Jing. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Dio's dad. I don't even remember your name, nigga. Anyways, the next trope we got I like to call is the useless female character. I'm talking about that typical shonen anime.
Hold on, cause I was sitting here thinking just now. I'm like, cause I know for a fact a whole bunch of these anime would be like, "Follow this is crazy," and I'd be thinking, I was trying to think of like a scapegoat, like, oh, you know, they needed something to kind of catapult their whole ordeal, right? You know, cause you gotta think about it, right? If you can tell me what's like what anime where, you know, they got all their family, everybody good to go, you know, everybody love each other, you know, and then the story is still compelling. I mean, it's possible to do, but I'm trying to think if there is one, right? When it comes to this type of shonen, yeah, I don't know. All of them got family issues. I'm trying to think. Is there any animes? All shonen jump, boy, follow this square as hell. Dang. I mean, Bardock had a father. I mean, we talking about MCs, right? Bardock had a father, and he was stronger than ever. That's a good example, though. No. TuKurse. Cook. Bardock had a father. And half the time, bro, these animes they setting to be crazy. It'd be surprised if anybody alive. Boruto got his parents. He part of shonen, but he's saying the type of tropes. You know, like I said, that trope is, I don't know. That trope probably. I'm just talking about. I'm just giving my perspective. Don't hate me. You know, I'm just kind of trying to flesh it out. Don't hate me. Okay, let's continue on.
Anime shit. When they set up the female character to be extra strong, train every single day to master their powers, learn every single ability in the book, psychoanalyze every enemy to ensure that their win is guaranteed, and at that point I'm like, okay, I'm ready to see this girl whoop somebody's ass with all of these abilities she's mastered. And then the creators just go like, alright, we set her up to be this powerful, she has all these abilities, you know what, give that bitch a healing power real quick and make sure she forgets everything she learned. Wait, huh?
You know who you're
bro,
talking
what
about.
happened? Then to top it all off, when they do actually get in a fight, they end up losing the fight they get in, and the main character just swoops in to save the day like he's Prince Charming.
You knew exactly who he was talking about. You knew exactly who he was talking about. Healing. You knew exactly what he was talking about. I don't even know many other shonen. Okay, no, because in Bleach, she basically heals. Naruto heals. Sakura heals. Dragon Ball Z. Them boys banging. Okay, them boys banging. But that's like mainstream though. Because if you think about it, right? Black Lagoon, them ladies straight banging. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Black Lagoon for a second. Hold on. Let me get another one. Okay, other than Oda Hime in Bleach, she the only one healed. The other female characters really not healing. These tropes is kind of crazy. I'm gonna let you cook, you eating, you know what I'm talking about? But these tropes kind of crazy. They kind of crazy. Cause they're not that.
I think we all know which character fits in this exact category without me really having to say it. Sakura. Every time Sakura yelled for Naruto, I just wanted to punch my monitor. Because
that's like he said tropes though. That's not a trope. You know? Cause he probably see it like here. You probably see it like twice, maybe 3 times. I don't know, man. Even Demon Slayer don't got no healer. They banging over. They got love. She got love. She killing stuff over there. Jujutsu Kaisen, there was only one healer. Matter of fact, everybody healing over there in Jujutsu Kaisen. So that reverse technique, I don't know, man. His takes might be a little, I don't know.
No,
biased.
This is the same girl who trained with Tsunade and got her ass whooped to become stronger. But of course,
I'm biased
to give
too,
Naruto his character development. So anytime she didn't have the upper hand in a fight, she just yelled for him. There were rare times where she did actually use her strength in the show. I cannot deny that. But I can count those amount of times on my fingertips. Now, luckily, there's good news on this. It has gotten better in newer animes and stories. Like, I know Jujutsu Kaisen has fire-ass female characters that are strong as shit. But man, in all of those old shonen animes and all the animes in general, it was always like this. You can look back at every single old shonen anime and I guarantee it's like that. Anyways, the next trope we got is when they tease someone's death in the anime and it just doesn't happen. This happens so much at this point, I really don't.
He must talk about really like the old anime because you know Jujutsu Kaisen pulled the Jujutsu Kaisen is kind of no, that's a bad example. That's a bad example, bro. Because yeah, we done seen somebody go, we done see the couple people go, but there's some is like what? But that's part of the story though. Especially for Jujutsu Kaisen, that was part of the story. Like you wouldn't know. Like it was alluded that, you know, this person is dead, and then those that did die, like, I hate when they tease them MC. When they tease the MC, like, oh, he about to die. I hate that trope. It's like, it's the MC. We know he's like gonna be here for the rest of the show or the screening. Why even use that as a tease? That's my thing. Why are we teasing the MC's death in the first episode?
Get surprised. It's when in the story they pretty much save someone on the brink of death because of plot. Like they'll be damn near a lifeless corpse. Every single one of their vital organs is destroyed. They have no heart rate or no pulse. And all of a sudden they get saved by some miraculous way which makes no sense. The main culprit of this I would say is the most popular series in the world in general. One Piece. Now y'all know I love One Piece. It's still one of my favorite anime and mangas of all time. But holy shit, the amount of times One Piece does this in the story is kind of insane. An example of this I can remember off the top of my head is a character named Pell. Also I want to add this, but spoiler warning for One Piece Alabasta arc if any of you.
Alright, for those, this is a spoiler one, I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. Because, you know, go ahead and skip it. Alright, we can do that here. Fan service!
Nah, it was definitely false because this happens about 10 other times in the story. The next trope we got in animes that annoy me is fan service. Now, fan service has always been a thing in anime since the end of time. If you don't know what fan service is, it's pretty much shots in anime to make niggas that are horny happy. But there's some animes where it's to the point that it just ruins the plot. Like, they could be in a dead-ass serious conversation of how they're going to deal with something, maybe defeat the next major threat or villain in the universe, and some girl just comes out of nowhere with her milkers flying everywhere. You know it's bad when it gets to the point where it annoys the horny mofos. Like me, it gets me mad. That's a hard audience to piss off. And don't get it wrong, I like my occasional fan service in an anime, but I also actually like the plot itself, like the point I'm actually watching the show for. An example of an anime doing this all the time, and I mean all of the time, is Fire Force. I can't really watch this shit anymore and take it serious. When you have a character whose main ability is supposed to be fighting with fire, but just beats people up by stripping nude, you know people aren't reading it for the plot at that point. Might as well just make the whole story that thing and rebrand it as a hentai. That'll make you more money in the long run. Now these next couple tropes I'm just gonna run through real quick, and this next trope I'm just gonna call it the clothing trope, aka when the characters wear the same clothes for the entire show. It's rare in some animes that they even have a single outfit change for some people. Let's see some examples real quick. This is Naruto in episode 1, and this is Naruto in episode 222. This is Tanjiro in episode 1, and this is Tanjiro in episode 26. This is Asta in episode 1, and this is Asta in episode 153. I know damn well them clothes are musty as hell. Like Naruto, if you don't take off that goddamn sweatsuit, no wonder any kids didn't want to hang out with him. He probably smelled like ass. I wouldn't either. The next trope we got is the power of friendship. Every single time in a shonen anime when someone is about to lose,
this man just be mad. This dude be pissed. Listen, he can't watch not one anime without being mad. He's like, oh, this shit again. God, he calling out every trope.
The fight. They instantly have a flashback of all of their friends, gain 10 times more strength than normal. The villain somehow loosens up, and they manage to beat that person. Now, without saying names, I think we know which anime takes the cake on this one. The next trope we got is when the female character just punches the main male character for no reason. I honestly don't know why this pisses me off. Maybe it just gets me mad.
That, dang. This man spitting. Cause I had a problem with that too, but I just ignored it. Cause like, what you gonna do, right? Who you gonna complain to? Now I got somebody to complain to, and they always doing that. Man.
Because usually the main
I'm gonna have to do my
the living hope out of them if they want, or maybe just maybe it awakens the inner Chris Brown in me. Either way, I don't know, but it's just gotta be a double standard. And the last trope I'm gonna end it on is the unused side character. It's when there's a side character that has so much potential, and sometimes it's damn near better than what the main character's power is. Like I really be watching them use their abilities.
I hate a damn good side character that don't get properly used.
And I'm like, damn, yeah, there's no way this nigga's competing with this. But then they end up just getting thrown to the side and are never used again. I'm just here like, they really could have solved the problem way easier if they used this person's ability. But nope, they gotta give the main character his time to shine. So yeah, that's the conclusion of tropes I just find really annoying in anime. There are probably way more, but this is just a little couple I could think off the top of my head. Maybe I could make a part 2 in the future, but I don't know.
This is a damn good video. Shout out to that man, Tommy NFG. Video called Stupid Anime Tropes. That is a banger video, and it got me inspired to want to talk about some of the tropes that I kind of just forgot about or just kind of just ignored it, because like what, like how, you know, I was just like, there's no reason to talk about it. So shout out to you for putting that video together. That was a damn good video. It got me inspired to want to talk about some anime tropes that I found or just go in depth with, because hey, it's crazy out here. But yeah, man. Let me know how y'all feel about some of the anime tropes, or do y'all have any tropes that y'all don't like or that he didn't mention? Let me know how y'all feel about that. And yeah, man, I'm gonna do some more of these reaction videos because I enjoy it, because it give me opportunity to talk about something that I normally wouldn't talk about on my own. You know, a lot of people be doing the podcast and they be doing the back and forth, but it's most of the time they're doing it with friends or anybody that has some interest. So I'll be able to do this and have that sense of we can go back and forth, and then I have that with y'all, so we can also talk about it. So that's dope as well, man. So shout out for this video. Shout out for those that's are discussing about this. And yeah, and like I said, these reaction videos is nothing different from just reacting to music, reacting to movies, reacting to TV shows, reacting to events. Everybody do reacting videos. So I hope y'all enjoy this, and we can keep pushing these out, and we have something to talk about. So thank you for tuning in. If you stayed this long, freaking you're tough. Plug. Like you're tough. Plug. So I fought with you. Plug. But yeah, man, that's the end of this video. Thanks for viewing, and peace out.